Today we visit Thailand with all its wonderful array of herbs and spices and exotic flavors. But we're doing it the easy way. I'm going to show you how to make a really delicious Thai green curry in very little time. Now, the only thing that could possibly take time is if you do roast your own chicken. You can, of course, in a case of emergency, simply buy a pre-roasted supermarket chicken and use that. Now, this chicken has been roasted, and when we roasted it, just for reference, remember you always put some water at the bottom of the pan, and then you roast it over this, on the rack over the water, so that the chicken remains beautifully moist while you're roasting it. And if you want to use this gravy afterwards, just blot up the fat, and you just put a double piece of kitchen paper over that, blot up the fat, add some chicken stock to that, and you have the most wonderful chicken stock flavor. I'll show you just now. Okay, here we've got the chicken roasted. Now we're going to cut this into portions, or dissect it and take it to pieces. Now, the easy way to do this is also perhaps a good lesson in how to carve a chicken, is you first of all just break away, cut the skin and break away the thighs and the drumsticks, and then take off the wings, and then of course the breast. Cut on either side of the breastbone and just peel away the breast. Now, the pieces of chicken, we're just going to slice them in sort of lengthways. Now, the skin is a debatable point. We all know the skin has fantastic flavor, but we also know that it has quite a lot of fat. So it's purely up to you. What I would suggest is that we go the middle way. To do the drumstick and the thigh, just stand it up and push straight down. The knife will automatically go in the joint, and just cut off the meat on the drumstick so you get those long, shreddy looking pieces. And on the thigh, put it down. This piece of skin on the thigh is very fatty. I would definitely get rid of that. This smells good. And I don't know if you can see, but this chicken is beautifully juicy. Okay, now let me just show you how to make this wonderful chicken stock from a roast chicken if you roast your own. You can see how much fat has collected in the roasting pan, but it's very easy to get rid of it. Just put a piece of paper towel on there and blot it off, and instead of your arteries, rather put it in the bin. And then we can just take the chicken stock that you are going to use and put that in the pan. You can put this over the heat for a while and just boil it up to deglaze the pan, and you get all those wonderful flavors from the chicken stock. Okay, so we need chicken stock for this. The other thing that is very typical of Thai food is coconut milk or coconut cream. Now, the difference between coconut milk and coconut cream is that the cream is richer. So if you want a less fattening version, you use the coconut milk. You even get a fat-reduced coconut milk, which is not as flavorful, I must admit. But a good tip when you're opening coconut milk or coconut cream is to put the tin in the fridge the night before. And then before you open it, you turn it upside down. Then you open the tin. Now, what would have happened is that the cream part has risen to the top, which is now underneath, because I turned the tin upside down. Okay. Now, there's a watery part to the coconut cream, which we're going to pour off. And at the bottom here, can you see there's like a thick, creamy sludge that sits at the bottom here. Now that cream, pure coconut cream, is what we're going to use as our stir-fry medium. Pour that coconut cream into your wok which you preheated. Now instead of buying all the complicated ingredients like the lemongrass and all the rest of it, we've now formulated a coriander pesto, which is a new product and you must try it. It's delicious, stirred into vegetables, stirred into pasta, whatever if you are in a soup, it's divine. You get, oh, the flavor is amazing. And then we're going to put some chilies in. Now each of these buckies represent one chili. You can use, I'm going to use 3, but if you're really pepperig, you can use 2, and if you're one of the manna, you can use 4. So just depends on your own preference. Throw in the shredded chicken. You can also do this in a frying pan. Just stir it through so you get all the flavors penetrating into the chicken. Remember, cooked meat has a wonderful ability. It's like like blotting paper. It absorbs flavors. Now you add the watery part of the coconut milk, and you add the soy sauce, and you add, oh Janet, just add the chicken stock for me. Let's see, we've deglazed some of the nice brown bits there. That looks great, darling. Now we're going to serve this with basmati rice, and we're going to garnish it with a little, as the French chefs say, a chiffonade, fine shreds of chili, and they use lime leaves, but we're just going to use lemon leaves, which we've shredded very finely. Now to present this, I would suggest you just serve it in your wok, or you can certainly decant it into another bowl. And we are sprinkling lots of lovely fresh coriander over the top, and the stems have an enormous amount of flavor, so don't be shy to use the stems. And oh, you look divine, sweetheart. And then the chilies, this is the lemon leaves that Elizabeth has shredded. It's paper fine for us, and then just a little whisper of finely shredded chili. And just remember not to touch your eyes with these hands now. And as an accompaniment, we've got some fluffy basmati rice and some lovely carrot coals. Now let me show you how to do these. You just take potato peeler and take a long, thin piece of carrot off, roll it over your finger, secure it with a toothpick, and put it into ice water. And once it's been sitting in the ice water, you just pull this, and now it's had some rollers in it. And you have these beautiful little carrot curls. I just want to put a bit of green with it. It'll just spark the color. And for next to nothing, you have a trip to Thailand.